Episode of the SITREP Podcast. Today we are talking about how to beat the summer doldrums. It's mid-July, it's the middle of the summer, and typically on the northern half of the world, we're slogging through winter. That's the south. The northern hemisphere, we're slogging through summer. So, how do you beat the summer doldrums? All that and more here on the SITREP Podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Big Duke 6 Eagle thrust. Put on side. Big Duke 6 Eagle thrust. Put on side war up. Sing it loud. Into the Romeo Foxtrot. Shall we dance?
You are listening to the SITREP Podcast, your source for everything related to historical wargaming. Whether you are looking for the latest wargaming news, reviews, painting tutorials, or playthroughs, you will hear about it right here. So grab your favorite beverage or bra.
Well, we had an echo there.
How you doing?
How you doing? Jesus H. I don't know what happened there. I'm
Here we go.
yeah, right? Yeah, it wouldn't be a typical Rep Saturday morning show if something didn't go goofy. Hi, guys.
Good morning, buddy.
What's going on?
It's another day in paradise.
Yeah.
It is warm and sunny out today. We've had some storms all week, but
Yeah.
it rained overnight. So hopefully this will dry out so I can mow my lawn because it's like this tall. I'm
Yeah, we
losing
went
my
straight
dogs back
from
there.
drought to elephant grass. I mean, it was weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
True that. So yeah, good times.
Well, it gives the bunnies in your backyard more cover.
No, it doesn't. Bella ate 5 of them. Was it yesterday? What day is today? No, Thursday, I think.
Oh,
Thursday
geez.
morning. Yeah, she eats the babies like a little snack pack right out of the ground.
That's terrible.
No, that's a good start. Eat all of them. Murder all the
Ah.
rabbits. That
Come
is
on.
I'm 100% behind that.
All right, then. Welcome to everybody that's watching the program as we get started today. Chris,
Sir,
what you been up to?
unpacking and working on the gazebo.
All right. First of all, I got to throw a flag on the play. He is going to say that he's unpacking for the rest of his life. So
And I'm at,
that
and I
doesn't
won't
count
be-
anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
You're out.
anymore. That's your
Mm.
last one, buddy.
Okay. Wargaming related, Chris. What have you been doing?
Wargaming related.
Remember where you are, Chris. Remember the show. Remember,
I know.
It's okay.
Nothing.
Whoa! Surprise!
Yeah.
Anybody shocked? Raise your hand.
Oh no.
No.
Wait.
All right. We'll turn it over to you, Marty. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
You have to explain that, Marty, because some of the historical people might have not seen that.
So when we did our first live stream for Other Realms, the other channel for all things not historical related,
it went slightly off the rails.
somehow we started talking about proxies for Ents, and I'm like, oh, hold on, I got you. And that's what happened. And then I just played with that thing for the next hour on screen.
Yep.
So yeah,
It's our new mascot.
kind of a little mascot now. Good times.
Besides Edward the Ent, what else do you have?
So I've been super busy at work, so I have not gotten a lot of hobby stuff done. I did, however, I continue to, an ongoing project I have is working on a couple of gaming tables.
Yeah.
So I did order some stuff. So I got some cheap Chinese trees that I will paint up and make look better for that. And then one of the things I don't have, I have a bunch of tufts and stuff, but I ordered a plethora of flowers. So
Nice.
I got like one of every color. There's 5 of them here. So I figured that would help me, kind of sprinkle some color into some of these. And I got them through some, I don't know, it's like some generic wish site. Temu, TM.
TMU. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that is. But I mean, I got the trees, I got the flowers. Oh, and then I bought a couple of these guys. They're not in scale. but it's a
Connex trailer. Mhm.
Connex container. Too big for 28 mil. But they were literally like $249 a piece. I got 2 of them, so I don't know. Maybe I
Hulk.
use them. Maybe
Hulk smash.
I was gonna say, you know what this might end up being is Crisis Protocol terrain.
I was gonna say, is that about the right scale for that?
It's probably still a little big for that, but way
When
close.
Hulk's holding it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Turns out he can pick it up and throw it at other guys. So, did that. Got that stuff, I should say, and then I have our next terrain workshop at Critical Grind. I scheduled that for the 23rd afternoon of the 23rd. We're gonna do water effects.
Nice, very
So,
nice.
I got we're gonna primarily focus on UV water effects because I have such a short time. I can't. We could pour resin, but that's all that's all you're gonna do, right? So we're gonna talk about that as well as some of the other products, from like Vallejo and Woodland Scenics, and just like using gloss Mod Podge and gel medium, gloss gel medium, that type of. So we'll talk about those and how they can be used. But what we're really going to focus on is UV stuff. So I got like 8 bottles of 4-ounce UV resin, and then a bunch of those cheap little UV flashlights. You just so we'll be able to do some things. I gotta prep some bases or something for that, so that way folks got something to work on. But that's it for me. I didn't get a whole lot done. My work schedule's been crazy, like we were talking about before the show. So I'm getting all my ducks in a row to make a solid run at some stuff when I get enough time to do it.
All right, guys, hold on. I'm gonna have to
be in a row.
Hold on a minute, guys. I got to reload the page because the chat's not coming up. So I want.
Oh no!
So if we disconnect with everybody, I apologize. We'll be right back with you. Here we go. Reload, please. It works.
Survey says, that doesn't look good.
Well, Bill's gone.
Hey, so since Bill's gone,
oh, yeah, he's back.
I didn't say it. You don't know. You didn't hear it.
All right, it's back. We actually have the chat working now. Let me. Oh.
Yeah, pull that bad boy up. Let's see.
Okay. All right. Okay. What have we been doing here?
Hold on. Marty didn't answer the question. Will your ducks ever be in a row?
You kidding? Ducks? I've got like flying squirrels, not ducks, and never in a row.
Yeah, try to get them in a row. They're going to be like emus fighting back.
Yes. Hey, they won.
Yeah.
True that.
Okay, sorry, Bill. Go ahead.
Held their own at least.
Yeah.
So what have we been doing? Well, obviously we've produced a few videos for the other channel, the Other Realms. Dawn's got some magic videos going up. I'll have some 40K videos going up. We have to get the low hanging fruit
in the future.
Yeah, in the future,
at some point to be determined.
So also on bigger news, we have NashCon coming up in August, and so we are probably going to go there and do some coverage. In bigger news, I met Chris Bennett. If you guys don't know who Chris Bennett is,
yeah, he lives in town, right?
Yeah, we literally met him as we were coming out of the game store, and he was coming into the game store. So, as we're walking past, all I heard was "Hey!" and I'm like, "Who the fuck? Oh, excuse me. Who is yelling at me like that?" And I turned around, it was Chris.
Excuse me, good sir. Your voice.
So, yeah, they're in town. He's going to Historicon. I wish we were going. Unfortunately, just not in the cards this year. So we're going to be doing stuff with him in the future. He'll be coming here to record some stuff. Maybe show us some Oak and Iron and Blood and Plunder and whatnot. So
because you didn't really get into who he is.
He is one of the distributors of Blood and Plunder and
Firelock.
Firelock, thank you.
Yeah.
and among other things. Let me see if I can bring up his site. I'll share it with you guys real
I was gonna
quick.
say he does a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I talked to him briefly, not this year, but I think last year at Adepticon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go with last year. I don't think it was this year. I don't know. I've had a coffee break since then. My brain's completely dumped. So
So this is his fence store. He's basically a reseller for the most part. You can see he has Blood and Steel and BattleTech and Moonstone, which is a good game. Some Star Wars like Shatterpoint and things like that. So he has like Firelock Games, Deep Cut Studios, Crooked Dice, Atomic Mass Games, Moonstone. He does. He's a distributor for Forest for Knuckle
yes,
Duster. So I mean, we'll have some stuff. He was a distributor for Dish Dash Games. I don't know if he is. I don't see it listed on the site anymore. He was like the guy that imported it to the U.S. So, and he's coming up with his own game too. So he talked a little bit about that. So
ooh, anything you can share there?
not at this point,
Okay.
unfortunately. So
All right, we look forward to that then. That's
Yeah.
fine.
we'll get him on the show and he can talk about it himself. We'll let him talk
Right.
about it. All right. So it's
Cool.
just it was just the weirdest thing when we found out he was moving of Clarksville, Tennessee, of all places. I'm like, why is it? Oh, I found out why. He's got like family in the area, and they're getting older and take care of them and all that stuff. But
Right.
the coincidence is just uncanny,
Right?
So, yeah. Bigger news.
That's
probably-
geez, there's more.
Yeah, big news.
Oh wait, there's more.
There's more. Gen Con. Dawn and I have applied for press passes. We are looking to truck up there. They're only 4.5 hours away from us.
Right.
So it's almost the same distance from here to Indy that it was from Chicago to Indy.
I was gonna say it's like right in the middle between us and you.
Yeah. So we're going to drive up Friday evening after work and then spend the weekend covering, as long as we can get press passes. We might go anyways. We just won't have press credentials, which kind of sucks because then you can't get in some places you normally can with press. But we understand we're doing this last minute. We don't have all our website and everything up and running, and they use that to judge, if you're actual, media and whatnot. So, because the last time we went, we did it with Beast of War. So, it was easy.
Yeah, slam dunk. Yeah.
Right. So if it happens, we'll be going up and doing some Gen Con. And mostly we're not really going to coverage. We might do some posts, on Facebook and whatnot. Maybe throw a video here up in there, a little impromptu video. It is more for networking, to reconnect with people in the business that we've not seen in the last couple of years. I mean, we haven't covered since 2019, a convention. So,
Right.
So it's been a few years. So that's kind of what we've been working on behind the scenes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
Marty,
Sure.
I think it's that time.
Oh, here we go.
Listen up, people. It is time for the news with Marty. What in the wide of world wargaming is going on? Let's in on the scuttlebutt. Bring on the awesomeness that is wargaming.
It's scuttlebutting. All right. So, just a few tidbits today. And most of this is like new release or pre-release stuff. But as it turns out, Spectre, it's kind of hard to keep up with them these days. Those guys have been producing a lot. So I get their email newsletter. So they send that out like once a week. And I'm like, I don't, I know I've mentioned them before on the show, but I haven't talked about them in a while. So I'm like, I ought to go check out what all new releases they have. And essentially, if you're playing anything that is police related, particularly U.S. style police related, they've got a whole bunch of stuff. They've got beat cops, they've got tactical officers, they've got a SWAT team, they have a model of a Bearcat armored vehicle. I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff in there. And of course, you can't play cops and robbers without the robbers. So they've got those guys too. So they've got your criminal element, like whether it's gangster thugs or it's a hacker or whatever.
Oh, they need somebody with a skateboard.
Oh, terrible pictures. What's going on?
I don't.
They won't enlarge.
That's what she said. What? But So if you
Tough
play,
ears.
hey, that, whoa, what's? No, I have not. Thank you very much. But it's early, so give me time. uh, but if you're playing that kind of game, where like I said, cops and robbers style of game,
Mhm.
they've got some great miniatures. So go check them out.
There you go.
Very
cool.
All right. Next up,
Next up,
from Team Yankee, Nordic
Team Yankee.
Forces.
Yep.
On pre-order. So if you're a Team Yankee player, and you're looking to expand the extensive collection that they have for Team Yankee, here you go. They're getting ready to release everything. They've got a whole schedule of when things are coming out. But they're starting off, of course, with the book. So you got to have your rule book and then all your forces and armies listed in there.
Yeah.
And it includes Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. It's got instructions on how to build your companies, whether regardless of which nation that you're choosing. It's got some scenarios in there. It's got painting guides in the book, so it's a pretty if you play Team Yankee, it will look extremely familiar to you because they've done this with other forces before.
Right.
So they are just adding on to that and keep building that world. And they've got some nice little models in there as well. So
you see these Swedish tanks? They don't have turrets. So that means you got to turn the whole vehicle to shoot something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's much. I almost think of them, and I'm trying to remember what the actual name of the vehicle was. Was it like the German E10? Is that right?
I think so.
Well, you had the Stug during World
Yeah,
War
it
II.
was.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a turret. I mean, it was an anti-tank vehicle, but
Yes. So that's what I think of when I see those.
yeah,
Because I'm like, not so much a tank, but more an anti-tank.
Yeah, and think
But
definitely they're
But
going
it's
to
a
be
big armored
impossible to
track
see.
vehicle. So
I spent some time in a former U.S. military prison.
yeah, me too. I was in the Army for 27 years.
Duffy Ears, did you do something bad?
Wait a minute. A former U.S. military prison here in the U.K.
We had a prison in the U.K. Oh, is that from? Was it like a World War II thing? What was that show, The Dirty Dozen?
Yeah.
When they pull those guys out of jail in the U.K. somewhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And
Yeah.
and then they're like, hey, you're probably going to die, but we'll let you out and clean up your record if you survive.
Interesting. Her Majesty's Prison, Shepton Mallet.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Now it's His Majesty's, not Hers Majesty.
Yeah.
I got to get my pronoun correct.
Yeah.
Tuffy Ears, I hate to ask, did you do something bad against the crown and had to go visit a institution, or was this a tour?
This is other hobby, so
I mean,
well, some other people's hobby might be
I was going to say, they didn't say which hobby.
right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Rob Banks on the side.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
you need to be able to afford 40K.
Yeah, right.
you ain't kidding. All right.
How about
Next up, sir.
You bought the new thing. How many?
Ghost hunting. Nice.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'm sorry. What, Chris?
No, I was going to ask. Did you get 5 or 6 models with your?
No,
Sure,
it comes with quite a few models, actually.
I was going to say, it's actually a pretty good set from what I hear.
I broke the seal, took the top off, looked at the sprues, and that's it. I didn't want to mess with it until I do some video with it. But the reason I got that, obviously, it's 40K, and it's low hanging fruit for the subscriber.
Yep. Yeah, you get to put the hashtag on there. Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
which leads me into another video I'm going to be doing here probably today, is that they have announced a new version of Epic. And for those who don't know what Epic is, that's 40K in 8 mil or 10 mil, 6 mil, thereabouts.
Teeny scale.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Tuffy Years has a diploma in paranormal investigation and parapsychology.
That's why she can see through all your bullshit, Marty.
I was gonna say she just keeps getting deeper and deeper. She's like, oh Lord, what? All right, Tuffy Years, what do you not do?
Right.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm also racing in the F1 race in Spain next week. Wait, what? Person of many talents there.
Right.
All right. Speaking of many talents, let's keep it moving.
Oh wait, no.
Keep it moving, sir. Keep it moving.
No. Read the last thing from Tough Years.
Wait a minute. That's why I rag Marty's ass so much. He's asked so much. But wait, what? Okay, so English isn't one of your majors.
Ow.
Ah!
That's the King's
Hey, I'm pretty sure she's saying I'm ass, and I'm just trying to live up to it.
Yeah, just a big ass is what you're saying.
All right, next page.
All
right, moving on. Keep her moving. So our good friends over at Warlord Games, if you're into playing bolt action, have their Italy campaign out.
Nice.
So
is that a bear?
That it is a bear.
It
is a bear. So it's available for pre-order right now. It'll I think it's going to be released in August. Is when it'll be sent out or available for purchase off the webpage for actual purchase, not just pre-order.
Nice.
So it's the Italy campaign, and you get all those forces, you get your books, and of course, it being Warlord, you can go as deep into that as you want. If you want the $360 super starter set that includes everything,
right?
You can get one of those. If you want just the book, I think the book itself is like $25.
$35 with the bear.
Yeah, and you get the bear. And
what's the deal with the bear?
It is
was a bear that actually fought with the Polish during World War II.
It was a cub adopted by Polish soldiers in Persia. They fed it cigarettes and beer, and he would march like a soldier and wrestle with his human friends.
Right.
Legend has it that Wojciech carried crates of ammunition to his comrades during the Battle of Cassino, and for this effort, he was promoted to the rank of corporal. So you can have Corporal Wojciech in your games.
Think about have a bear outrank you.
Yeah, right. Well,
canines.
Let him go ahead and put a bear hug on you, and you're gonna realize that regardless.
Yep.
Cool. That's very cool. We'll have to do some bolt action stuff. I know we ordered the set. Chris has it somewhere in his stockpile of things.
It's down in the basement, and with all the hobby stuff is kind of together. It's not all unpacked yet, unless Chris has gotten to that. But I suspect he's working upstairs more than he's working downstairs.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, got one more for us there, Marty.
One more. So we mentioned our good friend Forrest from Knuckle Duster earlier in the show, but now this guy is a machine.
Mm-hmm.
He is always putting out new stuff. So these are his July releases. So I thought I would share with that because one, I like the game, and two, I like Knuckle Duster miniatures, and I love Forrest as a person. He's a great guy. So if you're playing Western style games, specifically if you're playing Gunfighter's Ball, not only do you have the miniatures, but you can get the cards and all the stuff that go with it. If you just want some cool looking miniatures for your Western game, whatever it is, he's got some Apache Warriors that have come out. This is Geronimo era warriors here. They're all Indians on foot and late period cloth garments, modern rifles, and then The other one is what he calls the sluggers, and these are all dudes that are set up in stances where they are involved in a barroom brawl.
Nice.
So if you want to have a little rumble in the saloon, here's some figures that you can get to fisticuffing right in there with your other miniatures. Flesh it out. You can make a very nice vignette with those. So
You know it's missing from that
What's that, Chris?
Yosemite Sam.
he has a dude that sort of is that. But Forrest has an extensive extensive line, and I particularly, he and I had this conversation at Little Wars. He leans into a lot of the Hollywood stuff, and he tells you that's what it is. He knows that these are not necessarily historically accurate, but they are Hollywood accurate. So he's got all sorts of miniatures and kind of along those lines, as well as he's got the other ones that are kind of chibi looking for Gunfighter Royale. Is that right?
Yep.
Gunfighters Royale, right? The board game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think, Chris, you said Yosemite Sam. I think in that one he does have a dude that is essentially Yosemite Sam, if I remember. The other thing, real quick with Forrest, is that he's also been working on some terrain. So they reworked. Let's see, what is it? The barbershop, blacksmith, the cabin, and office. So they've all been added to the website after they were taken down for a bit, so he could rework the interiors, make them easier for the production system, and upgrade them a little bit. So if you're looking for Wild West style terrain, go check out Knuckle Duster as well. They've got a bunch of stuff, and it's good stuff. We've got some of it. We like it. It looks terrific. So
Yeah.
And that,
Very
sir,
cool.
is what I've brought for the news. And
Thank
if
you.
we have anyone else that would like to share, by all
Please
means,
do.
jump right in.
Jump in. All right. Good news. Good news. Good news.
And Tuffy Years, I see that you say I rag Marty's ass because he's unbelievable, and I'm gonna do this just for you. So now what you need to remember is when you say unbelievable, EMF. You remember that song? She's unbelievable. Ow, 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 ow. You're unbelievable. Yep.
Yeah, I see.
Bill, my new theme song. That's my walkout music.
You gonna buy the rights for that?
No, we're just gonna pirate it and get strikes until we get kicked off of YouTube.
All right, then.
I gotta figure that one out. Can we get like some crazy instrumental version that isn't gonna get us copyright strikes?
Maybe if I do it myself through
Can we get the
GarageBand
new
or
Zach
something?
version?
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right.
I just want to get that song stuck in Tuffy Year's head. I'm in your mind. Although,
You're not in yours.
Yeah, I'm out of mine, so I may as well be in someone else's, right? Although after she said that, she's got a degree in paranormal investigations and parapsychology, that might not work. She might have, the Defense of the Dark Arts training to, prevent that from happening.
Acclimancy.
Yeah, that's the one. Or yeah. One's getting into your mind and one's keeping them out. I remember. Yeah.
Acclimancy is keeping them out.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Anywho, moving on.
What he said.
So let's talk about the main topic of today's video, and that is how do you beat the summer doldrums in gaming, tabletop hobby. Because it's middle of summer, it's graduation parties and all that's winding down, and now it's kind of like you're just trugging through until the next season. Are we talking about you? Why, of course, we would never talk about you.
Oh, you didn't say it in the right voice, Bill.
100%. Love your show.
So, for me, I'll kick it off. For me, now is the time to kind of do some research and get out and look at things, from a historical standpoint. obviously, I just did the video on Fort Donelson a couple weeks back. I'm looking to get down to Shiloh here soon and do another one there. Um, on rainy days like today, obviously, if you're not actually physically hobbying, I started watching Gettysburg again last night just for some inspiration. Um, at some point, you have to I hate to use the word force yourself to do some, or it'll kind of just go to the wayside. I don't know about you guys, but I keep thinking back to my friend Dave Taylor.
Yes.
Dave, when he put out his painting books a couple years back on a Kickstarter, we have them somewhere. Chris might actually still have them. I don't know if we left them at Chris's yet, or still or not. But anyway, he suggests and highly recommends that you paint at least an hour each day. If you just set aside an hour while you're listening to the radio or something's playing on the background on YouTube, TV, whatever, just paint for an hour a day. And that's actually good advice. Not only does it keep you active in the hobby, but it also helps you to build your painting skills.
Yeah, and so Dave's got his own podcast going these days.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he was talking about, I don't know, like a month and a half ago or something, is kind of when you hit a plateau or you're kind of stuck and you need some motivation to keep doing your hobby. It was to paint, and he says, but just pick your dude up, and I'm just gonna paint the boots.
Mm-hmm.
You paint the boots, and then you're like, well, I could paint the pants, and then just build on it from there. He says, oftentimes the hardest part is just getting started.
Yeah.
And once you pick it up, you're into it. So it's a little bit of inertia gets going there once you have actually sat down. You got your stuff out at the paint table. You've got your miniatures ready to go, and then soon as you do one thing, it leads you to want to do more.
Right.
But you got to get in front of the table and actually get to it to get to that stage.
Exactly.
And I think there's a lot of truth to that, because I find that myself, because like I'll sit down and I'm like, all right, I've got like 45 minutes before I'm gonna go to bed. I got to get up early tomorrow, so I'm just gonna do some detail work on these dudes. It's 3 a.m. I've been doing it for 6 hours. I'm like, man, these look pretty good, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
And then I get 3 hours of sleep and I have to go to work.
ADD sucks, doesn't it?
So I try to avoid that. But I mean, once I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll. I mean,
oh yeah. Most definitely. You find your rhythm and you just don't want to stop.
Well, talk about doing something every day. You look at our buddy Steve Herner on Twitter. He posted. He was up to what, 2 years? His hobby streak.
His hobby streak. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long it is anymore, but yeah. Steve.
Well, no, it ended a while ago, but he had 2 years.
2 years of what, Chris?
The daily post
his
in
hobby
Twitter
streak that he had done something hobby related every single day for over 2 years straight. Because sometimes it was painting, sometimes Steve's pretty good at sculpting, like with green stuff, so maybe he was doing some of that.
Yeah, he's pretty good with every damn thing.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's true. He's a very talented guy.
Kind of kicking the balls is what it is when you see his stuff.
So, that was one of the things that he used as his motivation, is he wanted to keep his streak going.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, he's on the road right now, and he's hobbying. So, maybe he doesn't get the quantity or quality. He can't do all the detail stuff he worked, but he can still get stuff done, and he's doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Right.
So, another thing is, because this kind of seems like a lull in the year. I mean, people are on vacations a lot. So to me, it seems like midsummer is like the low point for gaming in a lot of ways.
Because there's so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, particularly in the northern climate, northern hemisphere, if you will, uh, we have to enjoy the summer while we've got it.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think that a lot of you see a lot more stuff going on in the winter and the colder months because we're stuck inside anyway.
Yeah.
It was kind of like when the pandemic started a couple 3 years ago, whatever it was. And people started getting locked down. Initially, it was like, oh my goodness, we're scared. What's going on? We don't want the whole world to, die of this crazy virus, whatever it is. And I think many hobbyists rejoiced.
Yeah.
We're like, yes,
Ooh.
finally I have time to work on this.
That's true.
Yep.
So there were a lot of people that struggled with what do I do now that I'm stuck at home, and particularly those that couldn't work remotely. I mean,
Mhm.
there's all sorts of other issues like if you're not working remotely, are you getting paid? I mean, that's way bigger than are you getting to do your hobby. 100%
Right.
get
Yep.
that. But like I was able to work remotely. And it's like, okay, you can't go anywhere, everything's closed down, you can't gather in groups. I'm like, yeah, well, I guess I'm just gonna paint all of this. And I might have made a couple of large purchases.
Which was good for retailers,
Oh,
in a lot of
you know,
ways.
yeah, and that is also one of the things I tried to do was be supportive of particularly our smaller companies
Mhm.
that it's the mom and pop shops. They were able to keep their production going because they are their production facility. But yeah, somebody's got to buy the stuff. So I tried to support those businesses as well as I could. So I got some stuff that maybe I'm not going to use a whole lot, but
Yeah.
it was cool. I liked it, and it supported, like I said, the smaller companies. You know, uh, talking about the hobby doldrums in the summer though. There's a lot of hobby adjacent stuff, and I think you kind of talked about it a little bit as well. Tuffy years in the comments did. You know, uh, you can lean into some hobby adjacent stuff for inspiration or for research. If like you're pairing your vacation with going to a battlefield or a
Mhm.
historical site or that type of stuff. So you might not be painting little dudes and you might not be playing a game, but you can get some legit historical perspective
Yeah.
for those things that you do game.
Very true. Very
Yeah.
true.
Now, I feel for the people like in Texas. Can you
Because they're on
imagine trying?
fire right now.
Well, yeah. Could you imagine trying to paint? By the time your paintbrush leaves the bottle and touches the model, it's dry.
So
What is this paint touch? What bottle brush the bottle? What?
Well, you know what I mean.
Where's your palette? You never pull from the bottle.
Well, it depends on what it is. Metallics, you don't use a palette.
or you do because I
Oh
don't
yeah,
care.
you do.
I 100%.
You should never draw paint directly from a bottle.
Other than washes, I slap everything on there. I don't give a crap.
Right.
If it starts getting too jacked up, I'll just replace the sponge.
But you get the point. Could you imagine opening
So-
your wet palette and having it evaporate or
So
instantly?
Yeah.
in the spirit of full transparency and fairness, everybody in Australia would like to tell Texans go fuck off because they deal with it to deal with it because the Australians deal with that like every year for like 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But you know what? I think Texans can take on a bunch of flightless birds and not get their ass handed to them.
Yeah, have you been to Texas? I'm just saying, while the rednecks are well armed and well equipped, it turns out emus are some tough bastards. I'm just saying that, and they're literally designed for small unit engagements. They come together as a large group, they get engaged, they all break into smaller groups, and then counterattack. I mean, there's a lot to be learned from emus. I'm just saying.
How did the emo conversation become a regular topic on this program?
Because
I
it's
don't know.
funny as hell. That's how.
I keep seeing a little reel on Instagram about the emu about it's somebody that is playing the part of God and somebody that's playing the part of I make all the animals,
Mm-hmm.
and God's like, Steve, what is this? Oh, it's an emu. And then that devolved into, yeah, the emu, that was cool and all, but I've got a new one, and it's a cassowary. And God's like, Steve, is this because I took away your dinosaurs? And Steve's like, did you? And then they show a close up of the emu's feet, and God's like, I made a murdered dinosaur chicken.
Tough years. We've had a heat wave. Yeah, I heard it's been pretty
Yeah,
warm and
yeah. I
stormy
was
there.
gonna say you guys have been getting blasted over there.
And remember, they don't normally have air conditioning in there.
Yes, I was gonna say now. People are like, no, that's not that hot.
But it's a lot cooler
hot.
down in the dungeon.
Well, yeah, she was visiting the prison,
Yeah.
but turn the dog book platypus. But without that AC, suddenly all of us Americans aren't so hoity-toity about the heat.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you, I was driving home from work yesterday, and it was like 91 degrees. I had the AC cranked because it was hot. I'm not gonna lie.
So I saw a great. Speaking of the duck-billed platypus, I saw a great meme. There was ducks and beavers on the ark, and they decided to start swinging.
Mm.
Somebody holding up a baby platypus and said, "Explain this." and there's a duck, a beaver, and a kangaroo there, and they're all like,
Mm.
I don't know how that happened.
So, as far as wargaming historical wargaming, do you feel that the summertime? Well, because even though it's a convention season, warmer months,
Yep.
at least here in the U.S., is typically convention season. I mean, if you think about it, our conventions start off with LVO in, is it February? I think it is.
It's either end of January or first week in February.
So I kind of consider that the kickoff to convention season. Then you have
I
Adepticon.
was gonna say now LVO is also in Vegas, so
Yeah.
it's in a warmer area of the country.
Yeah.
Polar vortex. That's too small.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a
Well,
local
okay,
convention,
so
but they lean into
if
the
you go
winter theme.
local, regional, they're year round. But if you talk about the big ones, right? LVO, Adepticon, Origins, Historicon, Gen Con. They're the big ones, right? Obviously, Gen Con being the biggest of them all. Then like I said, you have a few summer months where things slow down. Is that the catch up time? Is that the time where you catch up on stuff you have sitting around? Or does it start, for us, when we went to conventions, it was always, oh my God, we came home with a whole bunch of crap, right? More games, more of this, more of that. And it just kept adding to the pile. I mean, you guys saw our hobby rooms. So,
Yeah, I still do every time I go into mine.
it's not like ours were.
No, but a lot of your stuff is
Yeah,
in my.
that is true. I mean,
When I say your stuff, formerly your stuff.
right. So, that's kind of how I look at things, at least from the new standpoint, is that this is kind of like, okay, I can work on these projects before new stuff starts rolling out. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I see it as a cycle. During
Mhm.
the summer, you go to these conventions and you get out and about and you buy all the crap. Not crap, I'm sorry. You
stuff.
enlarge your pile of shame
Yep.
because then winter comes and you're stuck inside.
Yeah. Well, I think that kind of what you guys have just described is a big thing for a lot of people, but for the folks that are tournament players that are going to these, I think that that deadline of whenever that tournament is, that's them pushing to get their stuff ready, get their armies ready, add whatever new guy, whatever the latest hotness is to their army, as well as kind of a smaller scale, because obviously there's less of them. The GMs have to prepare their games and their tables. So I think that that's a part of it as well. So for some folks, it actually becomes a busy season because they're trying to get all of their stuff ready for tournaments. However, if you're not a tournament player, or if you just have your army set, maybe you don't have to do so much.
That's actually a good point. You think about it. So we should talk about that on a show. How do you prepare for tournaments, right? I mean, I've played in a couple of very small local tournaments for bolt action mostly. I know, Chris, you had an experience at a 40K tournament. Not a good experience, but you had an experience.
And something I forgot to say, I was standing in for somebody, so it's not like I went there. It's not. You said, I should have known what I was signing up for, I guess.
Sure. So, I guess you can look at it. Is this a time where you tweak your armies, you practice to get ready for, the next year's conventions that hold tournaments? Or is it just continuous? I don't think there's an actual delineation in the year of, okay, this is the end of competition time, tournament time. Now I have build time. The only thing I could say to that effect would be like the end of September through the new year would be like paint, collect, build, test,
at least here in the U.S. Yes.
Yeah, in the U.S.
Yeah.
Because LVO being the first big tournament or convention, which has tournaments in end of January, February. So I would say after Gen Con, theoretically, would be the beginning of, all right, I've bought everything that's come out this year so far, that's been released at conventions. I can start building my stuff, playing it, testing it, refining it, and getting ready for the next tournament season.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to remember when all these when all our tournaments are. But I think that you're right that pretty much after Gen Con, the tournament scene, at least on the national level here in the U.S., powers down.
Yeah.
There, as you said earlier, there's local tournaments all year round. Like Chris mentioned earlier, there's a local tournament here by us in the Chicago suburbs called Polar Vortex, where they lean into it being a winter event. It happens in like the third week of January every year when we're just getting into the heart of our winter.
Yeah.
And they aren't kidding when they say Polar Vortex, because couple of years that's been really polar vortexy. It's been super cold,
right?
But they
your
lean
minis
into the
are
theme.
brittle.
Yeah, you don't want to be outside very long. Hope you get a good parking spot, or you're pulling up to the front door and dashing in with your stuff, and then going to park your car.
Yeah, get an Uber from the parking lot to the front door.
Right, heated shuttle. Ooh. Side gig for us next year. Heated shuttle service.
Right.
Yeah. Well, good thing about Adepticon, we're going to have something to stay in while we're there, aren't we, Marty?
Yeah, probably. Sorry, I'm looking around. I don't know why our emergency sirens are going off here. And I don't see any. It's not even gray out. But yeah, I don't know what's up with that. And if you can hear my dogs going absolutely crazy, it's because the siren's going off. Yeah. So okay, I think I don't know the
you get no alert on your phone.
No, it's the will. See, I am where I'm at because I'm right by the four corners of four different counties. The one that I think I'm hearing right now is the Will County one, and I don't get the alert until the DuPage County one goes off.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, I'm in Will County, and I'm not getting anything.
Yeah.
Is it like stormy out there?
No. It's
bright as hell.
It's hazy, but there's literally no wind right now either.
Interesting.
I don't know.
There is nothing on the radar.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what that's about. But needless to say, if you hear my dogs going crazy in the background,
nope.
That's what it just went off again. I don't know what's up with that.
Maybe there's an issue with your siren system.
Yeah. So, anywho, to Chris's point, and we were kind of talking about this a little bit before the show, but yes, myself and Mrs. Marty are gonna go buy a travel trailer.
Nice.
So, maybe I don't have to stay at the hotel. I could take my trailer to some places and have my own little HQ that way.
There you go.
Sweet.
Are you guys buying a motorhome or a trailer?
Trailer. It's a bumper hitch, 24-foot trailer.
Gotcha. Very nice.
Yes.
All right. Any other thoughts about the soul? How would you? Do you look at new systems? Is it a time to read rule books? Brush up on painting techniques, new equipment, whatnot.
New equipment usually, because you're going to the conventions and seeing all the new fancy stuff that you just must have.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of the new hotness gets rolled out at these various conventions.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes you pick it up right there because I gotta have it. Sometimes you see it and you're interested. Maybe you got a demo of it or you got to test drive it there, but you weren't ready to buy it for whatever reason. And it could be simple fact that it's a piece of equipment that is more than you're willing to travel back home with.
True.
Yep. Or you already spent all your money.
All
your money.
Yeah, or you've already blown the budget, so you got to wait a month or two to, go buy it online and have it shipped to you, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I like it because currently I have several table build projects that I'm working on. I like to do that stuff in the summer because I don't have to do it in my hobby room. My hobby room is very small, so it's hard for me to work on even the 2x2 table. But I've got 2x2 and 3x3 in progress right now. And if it's nice, I can go work outside on my back patio. If the weather is a little bit on the more inclement side, I can back the car out of the garage and I can work in the garage undercover. But it's warm enough to do that.
Right.
So not just for my own comfort, because I want to be comfortable, let's face it, but also, I'm putting things on there that have drying times. So doing that, trying to get something to dry in the winter while it might be a little bit cold and damp could take forever.
That's very true. It's very true.
And then oftentimes, particularly like here in the upper Midwest, there are dudes that only prime their models with spray primer. So they're using Citadel spray primer. They're waiting for it to get warm enough that they can go hang out outside and do all that. Like Uncle Adam from Tabletop Minion, for instance, he's one of those guys. He likes to spray prime his dudes, and he will literally get them prepped up over the winter, and then whenever it gets warm enough in the spring that he can start using his primer outside, he'll go do that.
Yeah.
Before summer hits and it gets too humid.
Right. I'm
You're
flashing.
flashing.
Who are you flashing this
Oh, you
time?
talking about the lights behind me? Yeah, they're in flash mode. Yeah.
Or you could be like me and just, use your basement storage room where your furnace is and just spray paint in there next to the furnace and the water heater.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. Dawn coming down, putting you in a headlock and punching you in the face repeatedly because the whole house smells like.
I was thinking more of the explosive vapors. Or.
If you get blown up, you don't care what Dawn does to you.
True.
Although she's not coming to get you, I'll promise you that. She's like, nope, scooping up the dogs and I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
No. She'll grab her magic stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. That too.
I wonder if we need to get that insured.
Well, considering you're buying it,
By
in
the pallet.
bulk.
Yeah.
might be enough to do it.
So speaking of that, so she told me, we just invested all this in this Lord of the Rings set. And she goes,
Yeah.
yeah, there's another set coming out. I really want to get out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you kidding me? And she goes, look, have you seen your computer office recently? All right, buy whatever you want. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Tough years, you don't use the spray at all, huh? I don't use rattle can, generally speaking, because I have an airbrush, and yeah, I prefer to airbrush, which also allows me to do it year round because I'm doing it inside in my hobby room.
Right.
And the cock.
Hock, Hobby Operations Center, sir.
Boy.
Hobby.
I don't know about you two.
Oh yeah. Well, what's to know?
So for anybody out there watching, here we go again. Anybody out there watching? We lost our chat overlay. It's all right. We're closing out the show here. We'd love to hear from you as far as what you do to keep slogging through the summer doldrums or the winter doldrums or the doldrums period when it comes to gaming and hobbying.
Yeah, or maybe based on where you are, when is your doldrums?
Right?
When is it, in the UK, is that at a different time than it is here? If you were in the upper Midwest of the United States versus the Southeast or Southwest, is that a different time? Let us know when you think the doldrums happen and how do you get through them.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'll be honest with you, I kind of need some help with some ideas for future shows. So if you have any ideas, what you'd like to hear us talk about, themes, whatnot, send us a message, comment below. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are about topics for future shows as well.
Or join us, right?
That's actually true too. If you'd be interested in joining the show, send us a message and we'll send you the link to have you be as a guest. While being on camera is always desirable, if you are uncomfortable or rather not or unable to, that's fine. We just audio you in.
We've done that before. Yep.
We've done that before. So Jim is away in the jungles of Vietnam fighting the war again at his gaming club.
But
So
you seen how humid it is down there in Florida?
it's always humid in Florida. It's humid here in Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's humid here in the suburbs of Chicago.
Right?
Yeah.
It's summertime. It's humid.
Yeah.
But
Unless you live out in the
definitely
desert, it's humid.
No, hate the
It
desert.
wasn't humid here up until about a week and a half ago.
No?
Yeah.
No, we had like a 2.5 month dry spell.
Nice.
Actually, it was kind of nice. I didn't have to mow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to do that when we get done here.
Yeah. All right,
So-
guys. So we're going to go ahead and close out the show today. Like I said, this Wednesday, fingers crossed, floodwaters don't rise. I will be there for the hobby show, our paint and chat, anything goes show.
Very nice. Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yep.
And then look for a couple of videos coming out on the other channel. And then I still have to finish the Huey. I'll try and get that done this weekend and get that video up here soon. Jim's still slogging away through his videos that he's been producing left, right, and center.
Yeah, he's got an extensive list of stuff going on.
Yep.
And then I still have a video I want to do on some paintbrushes reviews. I saw actually another YouTube channel review those brushes, the wolf bristles and those Kolinsky's from that Kickstarter. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to reserve my opinion until I can actually get to use them, but they were not favorable.
Yeah, I know the review of which you speak,
Yeah.
and
Let's just say in their review, the Winsor Newton 7s came out on top.
Well, okay, Winsor Newton 7. Come on now, they came out on top. You could be competing against about anything and have that response. So that doesn't really tell you much.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the top-rated brushes in the industry. Okay, yeah, we get that. Maybe that won the contest,
Yeah.
but we look forward to hearing your thoughts on the ones that you got, because let's say there's been mixed reviews from the few that I've seen. So I'm interested to see what you think of it.
Yeah. So we'll get that going. And, along with that video, once that video comes out, if you want to put up what your favorite brushes are, whether they're naturals or synthetics, we can go from there.
Tuffy Years, to answer your question before we close this out, the other channel is SITREP Podcast presents Other Realms.
Mm-hmm. So if you just go to YouTube, actually, I'll bring it up for you. Let me go to YouTube. YouTube.
Or not to be.
Or not to be.
See what you did there.
Okay. Boy, I have a lot of channels I subscribe to.
Shocker.
Right? There it is. Okay. And share the channel. There it is, guys. SITREP Podcast, Other Realms. And you can see we've got some videos of Dawn's. And her first video, the unboxing of the gift box set, did it really well for a channel that had no subscribers at the time other than like myself and Dawn. And I think Marty and Chris. I think we had 4 subscribers. Yeah. So we're up to 32. I mean, she that did very well. Her second video, but
again, it's all brand new.
It's all brand new, and some people don't really care about the value of the box. Some do, some don't. So, but they do like to know what's in it and all that good stuff. So,
yeah.
Hey, thank you, Tuffy Ears.
5. We have 5 subscribers.
Woo!
No, we have 33 now, right?
Yeah,
32.
Yeah. So look out there. So Tuffy Ears, just so you know, there will be 40K videos and stuff coming on the Other Realms because it covers everything outside of historical. So I actually going to be filming some 40K stuff. I know nothing about 40K. That's my caveat. I know nothing about it other than it's the biggest tabletop wargaming out there.
And it's expensive.
But other than that, it'll be an interesting journey.
So how depressed or downhearted was Dawn when she heard that the One Ring has already been found?
I mean, honestly, not too much.
About
the reality of it is,
when I found out I didn't win Powerball last night. Yeah, well,
back to work.
Tuffy Ears. It's Nazis in space. Oh, that's great. So, anywho, so that'll be coming up here soon. So, well, guys, unless you have anything else to close out the show with, I think we're going to call it on that, huh? It's been a slice.
Yeah.
So, for Marty and...
What the hell is going on outside this?
Oh, is it going off again?
It's been going off the entire time.
I would assume something's broke.
I'm
broke
hoping?
it. Yeah. If it's still going on, it's broke.
Because it's gone off like 7 or 8 times now.
Yeah, I would say there's some kid out there going,
yeah. Or knowing us, because we've had so much rain, some water got in the wiring and just keeps shorting it out and making it go off.
That's more.
Bill, you could have so leaned into this. Just all of a sudden drop Marty, are you there?
It's Red Dawn happening right now.
No, it's Cthulhu. I like that one. Let's go with that.
I don't know. Red Dawn, you get to play with your guns.
Oh, no, you're in Illinois. They're not allowed anymore.
Turns out I'm exempt. So, yes. Do you think I'm not going to take my guns anyway? Come on. I mean, it's going to be useless against Cthulhu, but I'm still bringing them.
Right?
Oh, my goodness. It's Cthulhu coming for you. Yep, exactly. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and close out the show. We want to thank you all for joining us on this fine show. I know it's a little laid back and, a little mellow for typical the three of us, but
Might be our own doldrums, so to speak.
exactly. The doldrums are actually an area in the Indian Ocean. Did you know that?
Yep.
You literally, when you're sailing, you hit the doldrums. It's where there's no wind. It just
There's a couple of them.
Which is appropriate because there is no wind here right now. I take that back. Suddenly there is a little breeze. Just a little one.
Just a little one. Anyway, but we're going to close out the show with that. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. Commenting helps drive the videos and to other people who may not know about us. And we appreciate all you do.
And share with your nerd friends. Share with your friends that you want to turn into nerds so we can play more games with them.
Right.
And then tell them to like and subscribe and share with their friends as well.
And we would love to hear from you all if you have ideas. Did you watch the Napoleon trailer? No, I have not seen it yet.
I was gonna say I saw it, but I have not watched it yet. So it looked. I mean, the little bit that I saw looked interesting. So I have to circle back on that one. Lord knows. Okay, I do not need to get sucked into Napoleonics. I do not need that. I got enough crap going on.
Wolf fun.
I don't need that either. I got enough stuff. I need to.
You get to paint really cool colored uniforms.
I need to sort out what I got right now.
You get to use all the pretty much colors of your palette.
I'm a tryhard. Those uniforms will make me crazy.
And you only have to paint about 30,000 of them.
Right.
Crazy.
Yes. True that.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and close out the show. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Bill for Marty and Chris. Thank you very much. And we'll see you Wednesday for the hobby paint and stream. And if not, we will see you on the next podcast. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Big Duke 6 Eagle thrust. Put on War Hop. Sing it loud. Into the Romeo Foxtrot. Shall we dance?
You are listening to the SITREP Podcast, your source for everything related to historical wargaming. Whether you are looking for the latest wargaming news, reviews, painting tutorials, or playthroughs, you will hear about it right here. So grab your favorite beverage or brush and let's hit it.